Yeah, put it in all things gaming as well.
Oh, okay. All right, so we are live. Let me get to that.
Can't wait to see how many people say I'm wearing a fucking construction cone shirt today.
Oh man! All right, so there. Let's copy that.
So what cabinets you have back there? I see Mortal Kombat, Pac-Man. What else you got, Mark?
I got Pac-Man, Mortal Kombat, and Centipede behind me with the custom marquee that Angel made for me.
Okay.
Over here, I've got Final Fight, Galaga, and Golden Tee.
Okay. Yeah, Golden Tee, man. I love that cabinet. I started to mod it, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
It's my actual least favorite, and I've got this thing. Ralph sent me the arcade box. Frankly, I've been spending more time with that than I had any of these cabinets.
Okay, what's the arcade box?
I'm gonna have a review up probably next. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me just go grab it.
All right, just getting it on all the groups. Yeah, I like that you filmed the Robocop video. I was like, perfect. We can talk about it.
Yeah, because I hadn't played that game in decades. Never, definitely wasn't ever a favorite. It showed radar because it's a pretty decent movie. I enjoyed the movie. I actually watched the movie again over the weekend just to check it out because it's been so long. Oh, okay.
Portable box, 10-inch screen. The little knob here is actually. Let me get over here. The knob here is actually the joystick. You unscrew it. You open it up, and there you go.
Oh, okay. And it has a screen on it too, huh? Interesting.
Yep. 10-inch LCD on it, and it's portable, and you can plug it up.
Have games will travel, huh?
Yeah, you know it. I mean, I'll let you.
Yeah, I would definitely like that over, say, a countercade.
Yep.
I just never really got the concept of countercade because the size of them.
Yeah, it's got a recall box on it.
Okay.
And it's awesome. I'm going to do a review of this. It's got like 12,000 games on it, and this thing has a Raspberry Pi in it, but it will seamlessly and without frame rate drops emulate up to Dreamcast.
Oh, okay, nice.
N64 is flawless on it.
Okay.
But I've been spending more time. This is what I played Robocop on.
Okay. Oh, I know you had tons of fun with that.
Yes, that game sucks.
All right, hang on. I've got a little bit of a hang up here. All right. Okay, I think we're ready. I put it on the groups we want to put it on. So, funny story. The Loft Report intro. I've been using that Space Invaders music for like, I don't know, 3-4 months. And last week's show was the first one I got dinged with a copyright claim. So now I got to come up with a new song and a new intro. So, you know,
my suggestion is use Smash TV because that's iconic until they ding you. Smash TV would be funny.
Right. So we got a lot of fun stuff. We got a packed show. We got guests galore. It's going to be awesome. So we're just going to roll the normal intro. You got to have an intro for these shows, but I am going to put together a new intro here for you guys shortly. So let's get ready. Let's kick it off. I like that. I like that head bobbing. I like that head bobbing.
Grooving move. No, I am in town. You know, we got to enjoy the music.
Yeah. All right, guys. Good morning. It is Sunday, March 1st, 2020, and you are listening to the Loft Report Arcade and Gaming Podcast, and I got some special guests with me today. Detroit Love is back in the house, Spider-Man himself, and we have Mark Twig Jones making his return. He was on episode, what was it, 3 or 4 of the show.
I don't know. Counting past 2 is sometimes a chore for my old ass. So I'll let you find out.
And we got a lot of stuff going on here, guys, that we want to talk to you about. This is episode 9. You called for backup. So the main highlight of the show is we're going to be talking about the arcade game of the week. Earlier in the week, the fellas and I talked and we said, hey, let's pick a game. And there's a game that is my nemesis, and that is Robocop. And it sounded like Mark earlier also didn't have that great of an experience from what he was messaging me. So we are going to get into that, but also we are going to announce the winner of the Tulsa Arcades Light Up Riser. That's right. So I figured let's kick off the show with that, and that way we can get on to the good stuff. So good morning, Lon Chani. Okay, so let me get my screen shared here. So where is it? Here it is. Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, I had put a contest on my channel when I hit 2,000 subscribers. I said, hey, I'm going to give away a Tulsa Arcades Light Up Riser. All you have to do is caption this photo on the community page of my YouTube channel, youtube.com, PDubs Arcade Loft. And the comments, guys, were hilarious. I really appreciate it. So we're going to announce the winner here in a second. So, but I think we have some honorable mentions. What I like about this photo is this is the side panel of your Marvel Superheroes Arcade 1-Up cabinet. And I just think it's hilarious. You got Magneto and you got Dr. Doom pointing at Thanos' backside. I just think it's a great way to come up with some funny captions. All right, so let's run down our top 5. Number 5, DK said, hang back, Magneto. The doctor is going in. Then number 4, we had Agent Hunk said, oh, snap. With those tight pants, it looks like a baby's arm holding an apple. And then, of course, we had DB came in at number 3. That's no moon. It's Uranus. So I really appreciate the Star Wars reference on that one as well. Now, this one's kind of long. We had to put it in. Two sections. So number 2, Zero Hero. If Thanos is indeed a woman, as he claims to be, then my friend, she is suffering from the worst case of hemorrhoids I have ever seen. That's why Vision is dead. He found Captain Winky. So I love the fact that he brought up an old, what was that, Ace Ventura quote. But now it's time to reveal the winner. It is time to reveal the winner, guys. And the winner of the Tulsa Arcades Light Up Riser is Sean Powers. Oh my God, Thanos shit himself. That one made the Make Me Laugh challenge. That one made me laugh the most. So Sean Powers, do me a favor. Make sure you comment the community channel with your email address so I can touch base with you and award you your Tulsa Arcades Light Up Riser. Appreciate that so much. All right. What's going on in your world, Detroit Love, while I get things set up for the next segment?
Well, I have this Marbles cabinet that you're speaking of. My great nephew, so my sister's grandson, picked up his cabinet yesterday, and I got to mod this for him. So that's going to be my project for the week here, for the next few days anyway.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Mark, didn't you say you just got a new handheld arcade console or fight stick?
Well, it's a little bit larger than a handheld. Retro Ralph sent this to me, and it's got a 10-inch screen on it. Has a Raspberry Pi. It has it's got an arcade stick and arcade format. And I've been playing around with it, and I actually hooked up my PS4 steering wheel to it and played Mario Kart Super Nintendo.
Oh,
with
really?
That big, with that big steering wheel with a 10-inch screen. It was. People are saying, why would you do it? And because you can. It was fun.
Yeah. Can you hold it up so we can see it? Is
Sure,
it right next to you?
It is. Let me unscrew it again because I didn't know this was going to be show and tell day. All right. Here it is right here.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. And I don't have the arcade stick on it yet, but I mean, it's right here. And I'll turn it on. Hold on. Sorry, I wasn't prepared. I didn't know it was show and tell day.
Oh, no. It's okay. It's okay. People
It has
want to see.
recall box on it, which I haven't, prior to this, didn't have any kind of experience with. but I'm actually finding the Recall box is better than Retro Pi for my needs.
Okay.
And every time you turn it on, it comes to a different splash screen. Bear with the music for a second. This is actually what I played Robocop on. Didn't make the experience any better.
I'm looking forward to the review of it. It looks
yeah, and it might be hard for me to cycle through because I don't have a stick on there, but you can see all the systems it has on it.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's way cool. And like I said, this thing seamlessly and without frame rate drops will emulate all the way up to and through Dreamcast.
Okay.
Nice. So you can get Dreamcast games playing on that. That's great.
Yes, and I've been playing Super Mario 64 on it as well with no frame rate drops. So it's awesome.
Okay.
Because it's difficult to find N64 emulation that works properly, and on this it does.
Yeah. Is that available for purchase, or is that a custom build?
No, it's available for purchase. You can find it on Amazon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, definitely.
When I get my review up, I'll put a link in the description.
Yep. Absolutely, guys. So yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Get Off My Lawn Gaming on YouTube. Let's get Mark. Mark, are you over 1,000 subs?
I am not. I'm at 940, I think.
All right, guys, come on, 60 more. Hit that button. Let's support Mark. Let's get that review done. That way he can at least get $5 worth of ad revenue so he can buy a Big Mac when he's done. Right, buddy?
Well, down here right now, they're running the BOGO, so I can get 2 Big Macs.
There you go. And also, guys,
and I look like I need it, don't I?
And don't forget, guys, to subscribe to Detroit Love on YouTube as well. All right, so what do I got going on here before we dive into some more stuff? I also got to get our next guest prepped. So I picked up a pinball machine, and no, it's not a V-Pin. It's a classic original pinball 1992 Gottlieb Super Mario Brothers Mushroom World pinball machine, and I'm going to be doing a showcase video on my channel here very soon. In fact, I filmed it. I just got to edit it and put it together.
Well, that's awesome. I've never heard of that machine before. That'd be awesome to watch.
Yeah, it's like a mini pinball machine. It is literally maybe twice as big as a Toy Shock, but nowhere near as big as a full-size pinball machine. They only made about 519 of them. There's probably only a couple hundred left in existence. So I'm pretty excited about showing this off.
That'll be interesting and awesome to watch. I mean, that brings me back to one of my holy grail arcade machines when I ever start actually collecting authentic arcade machines. The first one I want to get is one of the most rare ones out there, and that's Baby Pac-Man. I love that game up top and mini pinball at the bottom. I just wanted that specific cabinet for probably 30 years.
Oh, wow. Have you ever played any of the Mario Brothers pinball machines, Carl?
Well, the one you're mentioning, I believe I have on my table over there on my modified Toy Shock, but I haven't played it yet. I think I have 2 Mario tables on there, but I enjoy a handful of tables. So I got 200 tables on there, but I honestly only play maybe 5 of them.
I bet one of them's Adam's Family, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. But I mean, it's the funnest to me. I enjoy that one. I don't know if that's just because I have the connection with Spidey, but I love playing that one. I'll play that one at least a couple times a week.
Yeah. So we're waiting on our next guest to come on. And so what we decided to do while he's clicking the link and joining the show is I thought it would be really cool for weekly, whenever I do these live shows, is to have members of the community show us their arcades, take us on an arcade room tour of their homes, because you guys see all the YouTubers, you see what we're doing, you see what our rooms look like, but I don't think we get to see what you guys have done. And in fact, a lot of the stuff people have done is way better than anything that I could put together. So I definitely thought it would be really cool to have folks show us their rooms. So we got a guy named Shane Harmon. He's going to be taking us on a quick tour of his arcade room. You guys are really going to like what he put together. We're just waiting for him to join the broadcast. So while we're waiting for him to join, don't forget that if you guys want to show off your arcade, definitely reach out to me after this show is over. And that way we can get you set up, and that way you guys can show us your stuff. So looks like he's
show us your stuff.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, just don't say show your junk.
All right, just waiting on him to pop through here. So, all right, so looks like he's having some tech issues. All right, that happens. We're just waiting. So, what else is going on in the world? What's going on in Detroit there, Carl? You said you got your Marvel cabinet and you're going to mod it, and what are you going to do to it?
Yeah, well, one of the newest things I've been doing is adding in these relay switches. I just did a video the other day. Was well received. This relay switch allows you to use the stock power switch, so that you can turn off all your marquees and monitors and speakers or whatever else you have plugged into it. So the video I showed earlier this week used a USB cord modified to plug in here, and so now I'm playing around with the GPIO pins to have it do that for people who don't want to cut a wire and deal with all that type of stuff. So that's what I'm looking to do in my next video, to figure out how to get those GPI commands to turn all that stuff on and off with the stock switch.
Oh, that's cool.
Once you just get a clapper.
That's reserved for the bedroom.
And that's why he's called Detroit Love. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Shane to the show. Shane Harmon. How you doing, Shane? Can you hear us good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. You sound great, buddy. So,
yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Okay. Thanks for having me, guys. Big fan, and watch Detroit Love and P-Dubs all the time. So, appreciate you having me on.
Oh, thanks. No, we appreciate you. So why don't you give us a tour of your arcade room?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera around here.
Sure.
And we'll go over some of the stuff we've done.
There it is.
Okay. All right, so I started this about October. A friend had told me about the Star Wars cabinet was coming out, and he had texted me during E3, and I couldn't believe it when he mentioned Star Wars was going to be affordable at like a 5-foot level. So that's kind of when I started the passion and started watching all the retro shows. We've got Pac-Man with the light-up marquee here. That's Arcade Mod-Up's light-up marquee. We've got the Pac-Man signs, and we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I liked the decor of throwing those signs in here.
Hey Shane, let us know if any of those are modded.
Yeah, did you mod any of those cabinets?
No. I've kept a lot of these original. I thought about that a lot, but I had enough space that I had an opportunity to have a modded cabinet or the Legends Ultimate. So the only thing I've added to these two are just the Turtles, the marquee.
Okay.
On these two, they're all original. In fact, I have the new board coming for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to fix that audio bug. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, where you're losing audio when you're mashing the attack button. Shredder and April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me move on over here to give you guys a glance at the skee ball.
Nice. Love skee ball.
So this is the Behringer 10-foot lane, and I really wanted to build an arcade that had kind of everything for everyone. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to have skee ball in there for sure. My wife and my mother-in-law are big fans of skee ball. I've got the Area 51 sign up here with the alien.
Mm-hmm. How much
Hopefully
does
we'll
that?
Get an Area 51 there, right?
How much does that skee ball run? How much would that cost for someone to purchase?
This is $750.
Not bad.
I could have gotten. There's cheaper ones out there. It is pricey, but it's really heavy. It's like 250 pounds, maybe more, maybe closer to 275. And it's 10 feet. There's some out there that are 9 feet, but I wanted to get something that was as long as possible and at least somewhat affordable.
Yeah, because size matters.
I've got
size matters.
I've got Space Invaders. The only thing I've done to Space Invaders again is just the marquee. I I got this one for $75. So at Walmart, I got a good deal on that. So I've been enjoying playing that.
That kick plate.
Got this arcade sign online.
Is that the original kick plate?
What's that? Yeah, that's just the original kick plate.
I like that versus having the names of the games on it. I like that.
Yes. Yeah, folks.
Yeah, that's the original kick plate.
Yeah, Shane, comment in the chat below, because you never know. Some folks from Arcade 1-Up might be watching this particular stream or catch it later. What do you guys think? Do you guys like having the names of the games on the kick plate, or would you rather have a full graphic on the kick plate for whatever the headliner is? Because I'll be honest, arcadegraphics.com, I have paid Tyler's light bill with how many kick plate graphics I've ordered from him, because I don't like having the names there. I like having that covered. So let us know in the chat. And also, Detroit, Mark, what do you guys think? Do you guys like having the graphics or the names of the games?
I don't care either way.
Yeah.
It doesn't, that's not something that's a priority for me. I know it is for others, but I'm just worried about what's going on inside the box rather than what's on the outside of it for the most part.
Well, for me, I put coin doors in mine, so that takes out the graphic area. But I wouldn't mind having graphics like on that top part, above and below that area for sure.
Oh, in that little J panel. Yeah, J panel. Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, Shane. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
keep going.
That's fine. I really like the artwork on Space Invaders. I'm kind of a nostalgia old school type where I like it to look as close as possible to the original machine. Now, I don't mind the artwork with the names of the games, but I would prefer it be as close to the original as possible. So I've got the stool here for Street Fighter. I did solder the board, so I've got the correct audio. So if we go in, I've got both channel audio. So that's fixed. Put the bat tops on it. So enjoying Street Fighter, and that's really the only mods I did on that one. Rampage, got the light up marquee, and that's about it. Got the riser on it. So Rampage is all pretty much original. I already had the new board. I didn't have the gauntlet glitch, so I didn't have to worry about that board.
Oh, okay.
Let me go up to these signs up here. These are kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can, if they come out in the video, but
we can see
these sell on Amazon, and I just thought they were kind of a cool touch.
Yeah, they're cool little tin marquees. Yeah, tin marquees on Amazon. They're like $5 each. I have a bunch of those hanging in my arcade room as well. Yeah.
Check Etsy for those too. You can find a lot of deals on Etsy, believe it or not.
Etsy. All right.
Nice. Put the loading decal up there. Mortal Kombat is the Costco edition. So it's got the upgraded BOE monitor. I've got the stool there. Really enjoy this machine. I'm still wondering when they're going to sell the light up marquees for Arcade 1-Up. I know they mentioned it was a possibility this year, but I haven't heard anything since. We've got Star Wars here over in the corner with the Atari sign.
Nice.
I really love this cabinet. I would probably put this in my top 2. It's just such a fun cabinet to play. Let me move over here to... Gonna put NBA Jam where this cabinet is. It's gonna stick out right there. This little shelf. So NBA Jam will be going there. Yeah, I don't have the light up marquee because I'm not sure if I want to replace it with the new Pac-Man that has Galaga on it. But this ship is rare. People are saying they're having a hard time finding that Galaga ship.
Yep.
This one is not modded at all.
Yep.
And of course, one of my favorites, you got to have the Marvel Superheroes Limited Edition.
Yep.
That one is a beauty.
And what's different
and
with
it's not modded. What's that?
What makes it limited? Is it the marquee or what?
This is limited to 8,000 pieces. I have the certificate of authenticity here. I think I'm
look at that.
3,675. And this is limited to, it's got the yellow trim. So if you notice, this one has the Sanwa buttons and joysticks.
Okay.
And I love these. I love the Sanwa buttons and joysticks on it. It's got the yellow certificate. It's mainly a color difference. The buttons, joysticks, and certificate. I know P-Dubs has the review on that.
Yep.
Let me go over here in the arcade. I had to have the payphone.
Huh. Look at that.
I've got
Holy cow.
the Arachnid 800. So I got the dart line right here. So it's measured out. It's about 7 feet high. So that's pretty fun to play. I'm just moving past some of these sports pictures. Table, giant Jenga. People like to play giant Jenga, I guess, you know. Can be
Giant
a hit.
Jenga. I suck at little
basketball.
Jenga.
So
Pop a shot.
Papa Shot. So this is the
Papa
Papa
Shot.
Shot Classic Premium. It's built it's built pretty well. These go for about $5.99 on their website. Got the refrigerator for your beverages. And got the popcorn machine. I'm going to put virtual pinball in here too.
Mm-hmm.
And the show, of course, with karaoke signs. So people that
Awesome setup,
want to do
Shane. Awesome setup.
karaoke. But
Yeah, Shane, you have utilized all that space.
I
and
put the
your
old
room looks
marquees.
good. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just tried to use everything. Got the old marquees up there too.
It's free art.
Wanted to find a place for them. So yeah, for sure. But yeah,
All right.
it's still a work in progress. Believe it or not, with all that, I'm still adding to it. So thanks for letting me show you
Well
guys.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Very, very cool, Shane. And I really appreciate you coming on the show and showing us your arcade room. And by all means, guys, we're going to be doing this weekly. So if you want to show off your arcades, your mods, it doesn't even have to just be Arcade 1-Up stuff. As you can see, Shane's got skee ball, dartboards. We want to see it. So show us your rooms and let me know. So Shane, thanks so much for joining us. And we'll I'd invite you to hang out for the rest of the show, but I got other guests coming on and we don't want to clog it up too much. So appreciate you coming on, brother.
No problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Have a great day, buddy.
Pretty nice room there.
Yeah. I like that. I like that skee ball and the dartboard. I mean, I wish I had space. I mean, all I have is a loft. If I could fit stuff like that, that would be really cool. Instead of just having arcade machines, you know what I mean? So
Now that I've seen skee ball and the basketball, I want to put a challenge out of the community to see the first one that mods or does a DDR cabinet.
Oh, DDR?
I've not seen that. Now, personally, I wouldn't play it, but it might be entertaining to watch somebody else play it.
Now, what's the DDR? I'm sorry.
Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that would be something.
Yeah, nobody's done one yet. That'd be kind of funny to watch.
Mark, that would be your viral video. That would get you 1 million views. We got to see Twig doing Dance Dance Revolution. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, you want to see this badass twerking? Okay.
All right, guys. Before we move on to the game, the arcade game of the week that we want to have a great conversation about, we do have a sponsor for the next particular segment of the show. So the next segment is brought to you by Toy Shock.
It's Digital Pinball, a real arcade gameplay experience with 3D technology and realistic features that bring the arcade right into your home. You and your friends will have hours of arcade entertainment. Its solid construction and arcade features are a great addition to every home. Kids, parents, and even grandparents can play. With multiple game options in every model, you can play hit games like Haunted House, Black Hole, Bone Busters, and more. Get your digital pinball machine today by Toy Shock.
I don't think that commercial ever got enough love. I had to do it. I'm sorry, I had to do it. So,
well, I definitely like having a plunger on my pinball.
yeah, it is the real plunger is a really cool feature, and I don't know if Arcade 1-Up is going to keep doing they're doing the push button launcher, right?
Right.
On theirs, yeah. I don't know if they'll switch it to a plunger or not. I mean, they have a lot of time before that product comes out if they want to switch it, you know.
But then the tables that Zen supports, I think they are primarily the push button setup.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Zen, yeah, Pinball FX3. You just hit a button and it shoots.
Right.
So that's true. Absolutely true.
The only plunger I need is the one in the house after taco night.
That's hilarious. All right, guys. So we decided to play a game this week, all three of us, and then that way we could talk about it. So the game that we chose, the arcade game of the week, is Robocop. And Carl, you want to kick it off and let everyone know what you thought? Have you ever, before this week, have you played Robocop? How often in the past have you played it? And what do you think about that game after playing it this week? All that kind of stuff.
Well, it was in Detroit, though no imagery was actually from Detroit at all.
Right.
For the movie. But the game is what I call a quarter eater. Is that you walk 2 feet and you're dead. It's horrendous. There's no two-player, right? So you're on your own. Game like that, you definitely need somebody in there with you trying to do that. But so the game was just too much. They're throwing everything at you. I can't enjoy games that just don't allow you to actually play them. It's just so obvious that there's like this. How can we make this just as difficult as possible? So they keep pumping quarters into that game, and that is, if you look up quarter eater in a dictionary, that game would definitely be shown.
That game would steal your lunch money. What about you, Mark? What did you think about that game?
It fucking sucks. It exactly is what Carl is saying. It is a quarter eater. It is, when I played it, because when I played it on my box, that's the first time I've ever played it. Okay. And I'm sitting here looking at it, I'm playing it, and I don't know which came out first because I didn't do the research, but to me, it's a Sunset Riders wannabe where the enemies go 5 times as fast with their projectiles. You can't dodge anything. Right. You're like Carl said, you're in it for 2 feet and you're dead. I popped virtual quarters in that thing until I got through the 3rd level. And then after that, I'm like, I'm done. I just don't, it's not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable. And, this YouTube video that I see you putting up there is somebody that's extremely very skilled at it, but of course it cut off right before they got hit the first time. So they probably went 6 feet. It is not for the faint of heart, but then again, it's not for me. I will never touch that game again. I know they have a sequel. I don't even know if I want to try the sequel after that abortion of a game.
Now, this particular video was done by Detroit Love just the other day, and
awesome.
You got further than I did. I threw my hands up in the air after the 2nd level. I have not played Robocop.
I wouldn't even make it past that first door.
Yeah. And I mean, just look at this thing. The punches, the gameplay's kind of stiff. I mean, I'm sure it was good for its time. I mean, this came out in what, 1988? Was it 80?
88.
Yeah. And
it's a game somebody made just to make money off of the license of the movie, and they just made it as hard as fucking possible so they could get as much money out of people as possible. I guarantee you people were not at arcades wanting to go back to play that a second time. They might have dropped quarters in it, $5 worth of quarters in it the first time, but they never went back a second day and played this. I can guarantee it.
Yeah. And I actually have to put quarters in mine. So I was literally like, throwing quarters in it every few steps. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't recall ever playing this game when I was younger in arcades. The only time I've ever played it is on all these little, Raspberry Pis and emulation devices and stuff. And I don't know. I can't get past level 2. I don't like the fact that you have 1 life and then it's game over.
Right.
Yeah, that's stupid too.
At least just do 3 lives, at least, kind of like Ninja Turtles and everything else, right?
Yeah, you literally cannot avoid getting hit by all those projectiles. I mean, it's crazy.
How do you avoid the motorcycle son of a bitches?
You can't. I mean, you're going to get hit by the motorcycle guy, period, once he comes. So,
yeah, I tried ducking. I tried jumping over him, and either I just suck at this game or the game just sucks. I don't know.
No, it's definitely the latter.
Yeah. For those of you in the chat, if you've played Robocop the arcade game, please let us know your thoughts in the chat below. Are we being too hard on it? Are you going to let us know? But yeah, I wasn't a big fan. I was really hoping we'd pick a game and we'd be like, this is awesome. Everyone go play it. But this is one where I'm going to have to give a thumbs down. I just don't think it's that great of a run and gunner.
And it's funny.
Yeah, hard pass.
Zero Hero says here he walks like he's got a stick up his butt. But on the movie, that's how he walks as well. So it's.
Did you guys like the RoboCop movie or the multiple? How many sequels were there? 2 or 3? There were 2 sequels, right?
I like the original with Peter Weller, and I like the reboot from a few years ago as well. I forgot who was in the reboot, but I didn't like the second one.
Yeah, I'm the type of guy. Once you get past 2 on any movie, you've lost me. I just don't watch any of those movies past 2. If I watch the second one.
So you've never seen Return of the Jedi then?
You know, I don't. Star Wars. I liked it when I was younger, but I don't think I've ever watched any of those movies all the way through.
Wow. Well, I mean, everybody has their own taste.
Yeah.
It does hurt my heart a little bit for you to say that, though, because I'm such a Star Wars nerd.
I tried going back. I got the series, and I tried going back and watching them. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
But I've always liked the material. I've always had the figurines and the spaceships and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. So RoboCop gets a jetpack in the third one. That's just terrible. So I'll be honest. So with the RoboCop movies, I love the first movie because it was just so awesomely violent and gory, back then. Even just the scene in the boardroom where what's the big robot, his enemy. What is it? What is his name again?
But I know what you're talking about.
He just him killing the other guy in the boardroom when the robot loses control. I mean, it was like when you're younger, I mean, that was pretty intense stuff to watch. But then they made a couple hokey sequels, which, I wasn't a really big fan of, but I do like the first movie. And yes, I'll buy that for $1. And for those of you who don't know, that famous Facebook meme with that guy with the glasses, and he's like, I'll buy that for $1. That was actually Burgess Meredith. Coach Mickey from Rocky. That was him in that movie, doing that cameo in that commercial. So that is the late great Burgess Meredith. I'll buy that for $1, and that is from the RoboCop movie. There's a little movie trivia for you guys right there. So if we had to pick a game for next week, what do you guys think? What would be something maybe a little more exciting that you think we might end up giving the thumbs up ski to? Because it sounds like we're giving this one the thumbs down ski.
I'm giving everybody part I have a thumbs down on this thing.
What about you, Carl? What do you think? What would be a good idea for next week?
For next week? I don't know. Let's let the chat suggest some things.
Yeah.
We pick something from that.
Yeah. Hey guys, throw it in the chat. Is there a particular game you want us to feature and highlight? We might even, I have the ability where we could live play it as well with the community, which would be fun as well. So we could do that. Let us know, stick it in the chat. So I don't know if you guys, what was I going to say? Mark, are you going to get an Atgames Legends Ultimate? I know Detroit Love said he doesn't really have an interest in it.
I do have an interest in it, and once my finances get back on track from my multi-month layoff, I do plan on getting one, yes.
Okay, got to vote for Spy Hunter there. I like it because of all the things it can do, but it can be overwhelming with the amount of things it can do. And Carl, you were telling me that you would rather have your MAME arcade one up that you've modded, so you're not going to get an Atgames, right? Is that what you're telling me?
To me, and I have just these 4 cabinets here. I have tons of space. I don't have any walls, as you can see. I got the Dexter plastic. up on the walls here, my installation. But I like the artwork of the cabinets. So when you go into those generic main boxes, they just don't appeal to me. You know, I would have to scan it and put something on it, and that kind of defeats the purpose of it. So the main boxes does not appeal to me. You know, the great thing about Arcade 1-Up is the artwork. I've been wanting to have a cabinet for years, and I've thought about making one or buying one of these main boxes, and for that reason, they've never appealed to me. I like buying these things and have all the artwork done. Obviously, I did the Toy Shock. That's the first time I've scanned anything. But yeah, I mean, I like the concept of it, but it just doesn't look attractive to me.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those, you call them swan-shaped arcade machines. They're shaped like a swan. There's actually a local guy here in Arizona who builds these custom swan-shaped arcade cabinets. He goes by the name of Mark's Arcades. He builds them. He sells them for anywhere from $900 to $1,300, and he actually does really well selling them. But then again, the swan-shaped arcade cabinet isn't for everybody. What do you think of the shape of the cabinet, Mark? Are you a fan of it or not?
Again, I have less care about the aesthetics of a cabinet than most in our hobby. I'm more concerned with what's inside the box, like I said. Now, does that mean I want an ugly cabinet? No. But I'm looking at the Atgames thinking that, okay, if I wanted to put it in line with the rest of my cabinets, I'll just put it in the middle if I'm not worried about the side art. Then I could always do something different with the front panel. It's a different experience with the Atgames cabinet than it is with the other ones. Now, my Arcade 1-Ups aren't going anywhere. But I'm thinking getting the Atgames cabinet in addition to it will offer a different gameplay experience when I want to, well, play console games on my arcade cabinet. I'll be able to do that with that. But, you know, the net store and everything else they have, when I want to do the stand-up version of it versus my arcade box, because my arcade box that I just showed earlier on the show has everything the Atgames cabinet and more anyway. So when I want to sit down and play, I'll just play it. But when I want to stand up and have the arcade experience, I have my 1-Ups. But when I want to play something that the 1-Ups don't offer, I'll be able to access it on the Atgames.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, I'm probably in the small percentage of people that don't really care as much about the aesthetics of the cabinets as most in our hobby. So I might not be the best person to ask that because I frankly just don't care.
Yeah. I mean, the shape of the cabinet doesn't bother me. However, they have teased, they are taking surveys on their fan page saying, hey, if we made a smaller cabinet, more of a 3/4 scale cabinet, would you guys be interested? And didn't they tease that when they launched these things anyway? Didn't they originally say they were coming out with 2 different sizes of these Atgames cabinets to begin with? Well,
or am I on crack or something?
Well, it does come with 2 sizes, the Walmart and then the Sam's Club, but the Walmart is only about like an inch skinnier in depth.
Okay, I just didn't do enough research. I thought that they were differing in 3/4 versus full scale. Okay.
Yeah, although, you know, if they came out with a 3/4 scale option, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. Would you pick one up then, Carl?
The 3/4 size is the perfect size for me. I like that.
Yeah,
I've had opportunities to have full size. My buddy has a full size in his basement, his garage, and I may mod it for him. But the full size is just, I have no interest in full size cabinets at all.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Atgames does have their own tutorials page where you can hop on there, and because the cabinet has so many features, so many functionalities, you're able to go to that Facebook group page and you can learn all the different things on, you know, how you can do things step by step, modifying the cabinet and using all the functions. Well, Arcade 1-Up also is coming out with an Arcade 1-Up tutorials page. But it's only going to consist of 1 video, and I managed to grab a sneak peek of it right here. So I wanted to show you guys. Here is your Arcade 1-Up tutorials fan page video.
I guess that's it.
That's it. All you do is turn it on and play. That is your arcade 1-up tutorial video, guys. So
sounds like to me you need some Vaseline lotion on those hands.
Yeah, they're a little rough from playing with the joysticks.
Well, you know, that's interesting that you would say that and do that. It's funny. There's a guy in the community named Holly, and I like the videos that he makes because he makes the cabinets where it eliminates a lot of the functionalities where you can get into the menus and RetroPie and things like that. And so he makes it so that you only can flick the switches, you only can do things with the buttons. And I think that's neat. I think I'm gonna definitely do that with my grandnephew's thing, so he doesn't mess up anything because I don't have to make a trip across town to repair anything. You know, obviously on my channel, I like to teach people and show people things, and so I like to talk about these things. You know, but it's definitely great if you can just flick a switch and the stuff work, and you ain't got to worry about knowing about how it all works.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree.
Got those Detroit Love slow jams in the background.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing Arcade 1-Up does have on their competition is the fact that their platform is just so simple. It's so easy. It's basic, and people love it. People love being able just to turn something on, and you're playing a game within a couple minutes. But then again, you're limited to that feature, right? And that's a great conversation to have. Whereas the Atgames, it's more complex, but you can do so many things. So there's the trade-off. Do you want it simple and easy because you're only going to do one thing, or are you willing to take, you know, it's going to take me 5 minutes to get this game going, but I'll be able to play something that I'll never be able to play on an Arcade 1-Up machine. What do you guys think about that?
Well, from my experience, the one thing that I've noticed since I've gotten the arcade box, and now I have the second Raspberry Pi I have, but it's the first time I've touched a Raspberry Pi in a while. And the reason that I'm maybe not down the road on the Atgames is I'm spending more time looking at the menus and deciding what game to play than I'm actually playing it. When I go to the arcade 1-Up cabinet, I know what's there, and I turn it on with the intent of knowing exactly what I'm going to play. So I like if this is going to be a new segment where the community picks our games, that makes my life easier because I don't have to decide because I'm playing 5 minutes of one game and then going to 5 minutes of another game and then going to 5 minutes of another game.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I mod mine primarily, and I primarily build machines for other people. I don't buy machines and build them and sell them. People come to me and say, "Hey, here's my game, mod it for me." And I use kit mode for what Mark's saying there. I use kit mode on my game, so all of these games are only going to give you a short list of the 2,200 games that's on there. They're only going to give you a small list, and you know you have to do the up, down, left, right thing to get out of that mode. Because it's just way too many games. When people come over, I would never have 2,200 games being displayed for them because they would spend too much time going through the list. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, I remember that. I eliminate that. Get on there, play some games, and let somebody else kill them. So. But I like. I mean, for my channel, it would make sense for me to get the Legends, Ultimate game to be able to show people. That's always been my brand. I always say technology made simple. That's what I always attempt to do because a lot of stuff is just overly complex for no reason. As you know, with all these things, especially when you look at VPN, the virtual pinball, it's all this stuff starts with us geeks, right? They start with us, and once it gets simpler, then it gets to the masses. But it can't ever get to the masses until you can get rid of that complexity, and that's true with all these things.
Yeah, and I think Devil Waldo here in the chat agrees with us. That's a common complaint about modding. How can you pick one game with 20,000 choices? And we've had this conversation before. It's like when you're trying to pick what to watch on Netflix. There's just so much to pick. By the time you're ready to watch a show, you don't have time to actually sit down and watch it. And it's kind of the same when you're picking your arcade games. So, all right. So we have another guest coming on. He's trying to join. So just bear with us while he joins. And there he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Angel Otero. This guy is everywhere. Oh, we lost him. We had him and we lost him. All right. Try again, Angel, and come back on. Angel's got some good news for you guys about his a little modification he's going to be doing to his light up marquee. So let's try this. And are you there, buddy?
I clicked too many tabs out. I had you guys playing in the background on the other one.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what's up, Angel?
What's up, Angel?
What's up, guys?
Doing good, man. How you been?
I'm still sick as a dog, but what can you do?
Yeah. So you and I were talking, and I definitely wanted you to come on the show because you're going to be doing a different kind of switch to your marquees, right? A different, like a dimmer. You were telling me, and I figured you'd like to let the community know about.
I have an option for a dimmer switch, type of set it, forget it type of thing, where people are wondering how to use it. I mean, some people use it, some people don't. They would like the remote, some don't. It's either or. It's just the only how-to video I haven't done. So that's really something I need to get done.
Yeah. Have you done any light up marquees from Angel Detroit?
I haven't. I've only did the two. You see, I don't have a room full of arcades. So I primarily have a horizontal box and a vertical box, and then my golf and pinball. But I definitely know his work, and we were talking earlier. I'm like what Angel's saying here. I don't use these remotes. The remotes are useless to me. I want the marquees to come on when I turn the machine on and go off when I turn them off. I don't need them to blink or rotate through colors, and none of that stuff appeals to me. I just want it to be lit when the game is on. So that's a great idea.
Yeah, a lot of people who like the dimmer switch, they just like to set it. And like I said, it's a set it and forget it type of thing. The only thing is it's got to be able to go on and off with the system. So if you have a modified cabinet, it'll go on with the system. If you don't have a modified cabinet and you need the dimmer switch, you have to have like that harness to turn it on and off with the stock switch.
Yeah. Yeah, I did make a video showing how you can wire Angel's marquee into the stock power switch, and it's pretty cool. And honestly, I've always done the remotes, but I think moving forward, if I get more from you, Angel, I'll be doing it in the stock, doing it that way. That way, when I hit the on switch, it pops on. Because I'm
demoing his marquee right now as he's talking.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. What do you got there?
We did that for Mark a while back. The get off my lawn.
Yep. And it does have the remote, and I personally love having the remote, and it dims it. The remote has your 25, 50, and 100% luminosity, or whatever the term is, and then you can manually turn it down and up based on what your needs are, and off and on.
Yeah,
it's awesome. The wire, the metal frame that it's in is pretty much indestructible, but then again, it's light enough to where it's not going to add that much weight to your cabinet. The plexi is pretty much foolproof, and mine is. I'm not going to dig my cabinet out, but mine is connected to the power supply, so it will shut on and off when I turn the cabinet on and off.
Nice. Yeah. If you have too many machines hooked up to remotes, if you don't stand you can use the one remote and it'll work on all the machines. You don't need to have 20 remotes because they all are connected to the same RF. But what's funny is you have to make sure you stand in the right spot in your room that if you hit that button, all the marquees are going to come on and off. Because I've had a couple of times where I hit the button and out of like 6 machines, 4 come on, but 2 stay off. And then I have to grab 2 remotes and you're hitting the buttons at the same time, trying to get them all synced up. And one time it took me like 8 minutes before I got synced up. So I have too many remotes now, Angel. I think I'm just going to have you send me those harnesses. That way I could just do power on, power off.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people the remote. I can't give anybody just the receiver alone, or some people just want the remotes alone. It always comes as a set.
Right.
And I always just put the remotes aside. It's always a good backup. You always have an extra battery. You never know when you lose a remote. You always have extra. And now I'm providing Velcro on the remote, so you can actually Velcro them to the cabinet, so you don't need to lose them at all.
Yeah. Seems like we got a lot of people in the chat who agree that remotes are cool, but they would like it just, hey, I just want to power on the one machine, the one marquee.
Oh, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love, I got a question for you. You there?
What was the question?
I got that guy you mentioned earlier, Holly. What was it? The guy that does the simple mode on the Retro Pi. You said that you knew
Holly, Holly is his YouTube name.
If that's his YouTube name, yeah, I'm gonna look him up. I'm interested in that because I tend to do images for people as well. And the other day I did one for someone, and their kid was already in the setting screens.
Yeah, he provides the images too on his links too, so you can download any of his images. He sets them up so that he doesn't add the extra coin buttons. He make all of the machines work with the stock number of buttons. So you never have to add any buttons to it, and he wants it to be able to work just as simple. You have to use a keyboard if you want to get into any of the controls of the back end of it. So he does some great work with it.
Yeah, I gotta look that up because there's always somebody in there messing with the settings that just doesn't. You don't want to go back and fix.
Right.
Yeah. So, sorry, I got some feedback in my ear. So, Mark, how many of Angel's marquees do you have? He made the custom Get Off My Lawn gaming one, right? Did he do any others for you?
No, that's the only one that I have. That's the only one that I asked for. I'm thinking about getting the Pac-Man one over here lit up too, but that's the only one that I asked for. I mean, I have a couple of lit marquees from a company that predate Angel, like from a couple of years ago, that I have subsequently had to go back and make better. But I mean, I had three of my cabinets have lit marquees on them. One from Angel, and the other three do not. So I mean, it's a toss up between Mortal Kombat and Pac-Man if I want to get another marquee or not.
Yeah, I have.
I know I said I'm not much into aesthetics, but his marquees add value. No doubt about that.
Yeah. I have 6 of his, and I don't think I'll get a marquee from anyone else because they're just so they're great, man. You do great work, you know. And
well, they're better than the ones that Arcade 1-Up made for at least the Golden Tee. That's the only one that I've got because the box came with that. And Arcade 1-Up's a specific one. You can see the wire inside the box when you plug it in.
Oh yeah, behind the light.
Yeah, with Angels you can't. So I mean, right now, Angels are superior to even Arcade 1-Ups, at least the ones that I've had contact with.
Yeah. We'll leave links in the video description after the show is over for you guys if you want to get a hold of Angel and talk to him about ordering a marquee. Between him and graphic designer Mr. Profit, they can make any marquee your heart desires, pretty much. So
yeah, because they made this one for me.
Angel, it's good to see you, man.
No, it's nice seeing you. Thanks again.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Take care, Angel.
Take it easy, guys.
Well, yep.
Bye.
Well, guys, guess what? We are coming up on an hour, and we definitely don't want to drag these shows out any further. So I think we had a pretty good episode, and we got some votes, guys, from the community. Let me go back and find them.
Oh God, I don't have the chat up on purpose on mine because I don't want to see what we're having to play next week.
Oh, don't worry. It's going to be The Little Mermaid. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so we got
the dolphin.
All right, so here's what we got. We got Smash TV. We got a vote for Spy Hunter. We got a vote for Final Fight. I think that would be fun. I love beat 'em ups. 4-player X-Men or 4-player Spider-Man, but then again, we're just each of us is just play by ourselves.
Right.
Discs of Tron, which I haven't played in a very long time. What do you guys think of those? Oh, and then we had one for Elevator Action. What would you guys?
Ooh, let's do Elevator Action.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
Mr. Tron, I think, don't you have to have the spinner?
Right.
Which I don't have that. I don't have 4-player, so wouldn't be able to do the 4-player one. So Elevator Action.
Yeah. All right, guys. So if you want to join in on the conversation next week, bone up on your Elevator Action skill, guys. We're going to be me, Mark, in Detroit. We're going to be playing it all week. And then, of course, we will talk about it as part of the segments for next week's show. Make sure you guys subscribe to these fellas. They've been doing great work. It's YouTube. Do you have youtube.com/Detroit Love? Is it the handle?
Yes.
Yeah. So just look up Detroit Love on YouTube. And of course, subscribe to Mark, Get Off My Lawn Gaming. And of course, if you'd be so kind as to subscribe to P-Dub's Arcade Loft, we'd appreciate it as well. Any other final thoughts, farewells you guys have for anyone?
If they go to my channel, subscribe, and find the video from last week that we did, make a comment. They have an option to win. They have an opportunity to win $50 today. Sometime this evening, I'm going to be pulling a random comment from that video to give somebody a $50 Amazon card. So be sure to do that.
That's awesome. You hear that, guys? He's going to be giving away a $50 gift card. All you have to do is go to last week's episode that's on Detroit Love's channel and leave a comment, right?
Yeah. Probably the best chance you get $50 in your pocket. That's for certain.
Yeah. What about you, Mark? Any other final thoughts, farewells?
No, I don't have the means to be doing any giveaways on my channel other than my good looks and my wit. But I will be having a review up probably within the next week to 10 days of this arcade box that I think that once you can get a better picture than what you saw of the little snippet you got today, that you might find it worthy of an investment, because I have been blown away with it so far.
Yeah. I'm excited to see that because I've never seen that one before. So I am looking forward to that video.
Yeah, that makes more sense than a countercade to me. So I'm definitely interested in seeing more.
Absolutely. I mean, the portability of it with rechargeable batteries, you can play it outside. Not that I'm ever going to, but you can. I mean, that's just neat.
Yeah, take it on a road trip, put in the back seat.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, this is good old host P-Dubs. I appreciate Mark and Detroit or Carl, I should say, everyone coming on the show, and Angel and Shane and everyone tuning in and joining the broadcast. We will see you next week. And I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. You guys have a great day.